I don't know how you can do that. I mean, aren't you setting yourself up for a bunch of people sending them back?
Well, what do you think? I mean, how could I do that? Am I convinced that it'll work?
I think you are.
Am I convinced that people will like it?
You must be.
Am I convinced that miracles are going to happen? And here's why. Einstein, pretty smart guy.
Right.
Thomas Edison, obviously one of the greatest inventors of all time. They both said at the turn of the century that the human brain is virtually a transmitter and receiver of frequency. They said that, not me. Medical science poo-pooed this for years. But do you know today, on the plane here from Chicago, I was looking at Sky Mall, which is the magazine, and they sell a bunch of things. Yeah. They have a device you put on your head, and you think a thought, and your brainwave frequency moves a ball on a game board. Oh, I guess Einstein and Edison were correct. Your brain emits frequency. The key is, how do you train it so that it emits the correct frequency of what you want? The secret and the law of attraction doesn't tell you that missing secret ingredient. It's the missing key. It's the element that makes this work. And so what I teach is I'll teach you what I learned from the Brotherhood. And quite frankly, these are the same techniques that members of Skull and Bones have learned from Yale University. Yeah. The Bilderberg Group, some people may be familiar with some of these organizations. The Power Elite, when you get to the highest level in Freemasonry, 33rd degree level in Freemasonry, these are secrets of these various associations and societies on how to, we call it manipulating energy. It's really just how to beam the frequency of your brain of what you want so that it will come into your life.
You know, Norman Vincent Peale, a couple generations ago, talked about the power of positive thinking. Is this the 21st century?
It's a little bit. You know, I spoke with Dr. Norman Vincent Peale before he passed away in the 70s. Cabot Robert was another gentleman I spoke with before he passed away. But there are a couple books that were written. The Power of Positive Thinking. There's another one called The Magic of Thinking Big, and a book called The Magic of Believing. Liberace, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Lee. The list goes on of super successful people who came from nothing to super success. And they all say the techniques in Think and Grow Rich, the techniques in the magic of believing, the power of positive thinking work. The problem is when you read them, it's missing an ingredient. So it's like getting a recipe to make a cake. If it's missing an ingredient, you can make it, and it may taste good, and you may accidentally make it great. Accidentally. And that's what happened. So what I did with your wish is your command, the reason I called it that is you virtually have the power to command whatever you want to happen in your life happen. You have a genie that takes your orders, that will grant you your wishes. So if a person wants a better career, wants a better car, they can command it. And so that's what I do in the book. And also, when they call and get the audio series, I will give them a personal private invitation to an organization. It's a brand new organization, the Global Information Network, which will allow them to join with other affluent people from around the world that will help them become successful. And if a person calls, I'm also going to give them a $2,000 ticket to a live event where they can meet me personally, where they can go through the audio program. And then if they have questions, they can come totally free of charge. It's a $2,000 ticket so they can meet me, ask me questions to fine-tune. Because I really want people to get the benefit of this.
The group that you call the Brotherhood, if you hadn't been taken under their wing, where would you be today?
I'd probably be working in the union someplace, or maybe out of a job today. Okay. I mean, think about it. When I grew up and I looked at my friends, they didn't take advantage of this. I was sworn to secrecy. But when I tried to share this with some of my friends, they didn't understand that the simplicity was the magic. And so they didn't take advantage of it. They were virtually too brainwashed. Brian Tracy makes a great statement. He says, if you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to change things in your life. And the first thing you have to change is the way you think. So if a person is out there and they don't have in their life what they want, they're going to have to change something. That's why I always say, if a guy is watching this right now and doesn't pick up the phone and get the Your Wish is Your Command program, they'll always be a loser. Now, if the guy is completely happy and goes, I don't need this because I have everything in my life I want, I applaud him. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the guy who's home miserable. He's in debt, has a crummy relationship or none, wants a new car, can't afford it, hates his job, hates his boss, hates where he lives, hates his life, and wants everything to change. Right? But isn't willing to do anything.
Okay, right.
Or change anything. See, if you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to change things in your life. There really, Skip, is no other program on the market, and there's no book that has the information in the Your Wish is Your Command program. Because nothing has ever been put together by somebody who has achieved success first.
What about, I'm thinking, there are selfish people who are going to want this. You know, I want more wealth. You know, and all the religions say, be careful of wealth. You know, I want this. How about that?
Profit's not a four-letter word.
That's right.
But rape is against the law. So there's nothing wrong. And people, you know, when I was in school, I went to a parochial school, and one of the sisters said to me, Mr. Trudeau, don't you know that money is the root of all evil? I said, you're misquoting the Bible, sister. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. And if money was so bad, why did Jesus need a treasurer working for him?
You get kicked out of school for
Yeah,
that?
I got kicked out of that class. I said, you know, scripturally, it doesn't say anything bad about money. It says, above all things, I want you to be prosperous and be in health, just as the soul prospers. So there's nothing wrong with being prosperous. But loving money and using people is bad. Loving money and using people. So yeah, greed is bad in that respect. But if you want to help your neighbor who has no heat because they can't afford it, if you're broke, what can you do for them? Maybe give them a blanket. But if you have an abundance, out of your abundance you can help people. So making money is not a problem. So if a person wants to make more money, there's nothing wrong with that. But making money at the expense of others, that's obviously problematic.
So this program you have really is for all aspects of life. I mean, let's say I've got enough money, but I'm not happy with something else. I could still take advantage of it.
Yeah, the idea is this. Your wish is your command. How to manifest your desires. That's the name of the program. Actually, part 2 is how anyone can make millions, the money-making secrets they don't want you to know about. But the first part is your wish is your command, how to manifest your desire. So the real thing is, what is your desire? And it doesn't have to be financial. But for most people, let's be honest, I want a nicer car. You know, wouldn't it be great if I had a Ferrari? Wouldn't it be great if I had a nice boat? Wouldn't it be great if I took a vacation to Hawaii? Wouldn't it be great if I could quit my job and be financially independent? Wouldn't it be great if I could provide for my children's college education? Wouldn't it be great if I could get out of debt? Wouldn't it be great if I had some help around the house, maybe a maid once a week? Or wouldn't it be great to go out to some nicer restaurants? Or, you know, I wrote the book Natural Cures they don't want you to know about. Wouldn't it be great that we had the money to do all the things in the Natural Cures book to keep our health? You know, so we didn't have to be, you know, a slave to the drug industry. So whatever a person's desires are, I believe they can have, be, or do whatever they want. I believe they can have Aladdin's lamp and have a genie that they can give a command to. What this program does, when a person listens to it, I give them the specific knowledge and the secrets that have been held back by the privileged elite class for centuries, that have never been revealed. Napoleon Hill tried to do it, and Henry Ford stopped it. I'm doing it now, and I've already gotten threats. I mean, in the worst ways. I explain a little bit. When people get it, I'll explain. But what I'm doing